Hi, welcome. This is Silver Fox with Mental Solutions. Today what I'd like to talk about are how we should look at ourselves, our opinion of ourselves, what we think about ourselves, what we do, uh, and what we should think about the things that we do that are maybe not what other people would say are right or good or the best thing to be doing for ourselves. Now, I don't care if you shoot heroin. I don't care if you strung out on crack or cocaine. I don't care if you're angry and you're mad at people all the time. I don't care what you do that people consider to be wrong or bad. I don't care if you have problems with sex. I don't care if you have problems with anything. I don't care. And I don't care if you don't want to change a single thing. I don't care. But this is what I would like you to know about yourself, even though you may have some habits that people don't like, and maybe people look down upon us for things that we might have problems with. Here's what I want you to know. I don't care what things you do that are considered bad or wrong, okay? I want you to, if you can't do nothing at all, okay, and you know you're not going to change anything, you're not going to try to do anything right, okay, if that's where you're at, that's okay. But I want you to learn to accept yourself, even though you're doing things that are hurtful to you and maybe other people. I want you to understand that you're incredibly, wonderfully made. You're an incredible, precious person, irregardless of what you do that might be wrong or considered wrong. Now, even if you don't want to change anything, I just, if you don't get anything at all, I hope you will get that what I want you to understand is you're made out of love. You know, there may be some characteristics or things that you do that may not be considered right. It may hurt other people and yourself, but you are made out of love, and you are love, and you can find that within yourself, even if you don't want to change anything that's right. Now, even though you don't want to change anything that's right, if you want to just think about changing some things, you know, that's wonderful. But probably what can happen is you might run into things that change you. Like you might run into maybe a situation that changes you, maybe a person that changes you. Maybe you end up having a child and that changes you. That's what happened to me. Maybe maybe anything you can walk into can change you. Anything is possible. But I want you to try to, you know, you're, as long as you're breathing and you're alive, okay, you're here, and there's possibilities for you that you don't even see, even though you're doing things that may not be right, okay? And what I'm trying to say is don't give up on yourself, and don't mentally beat up on yourself or give yourself a hard time because you can't seem to do anything right or what people consider to be right, okay? And what might be right for one person may be wrong for another, okay? So let's not even worry about it being right or wrong. Let's just say things that you do may be good or maybe harmful to you or may not be. But if you're caught up in addictions or you're caught up in activities that you don't want to change and you can't change right now, just you can still love yourself. You know, you can still try to love yourself because you are love, and you can still be a good person. You know, even though you have things that may not be right. There's none of us that are perfect. Nobody's perfect, and we're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to get better. But even if you don't want to get better, I understand that. But at least love yourself. You can do that, and from there you can down the road maybe walk into better situations for yourself. But you know, the most important opinion about you is the opinion that you have about yourself. not what other people think about you. And if you're worried about what other people think about you all the time, it can make you crazy. I know. I suffer from being real um, sensitive of a person, and that's good in some respects, but in other respects, um, you have to not worry what people think about you and try to have the best life you can have, even if you're doing everything wrong. Okay, now, sometimes we can have beliefs or what people that we know tell us things that we do, and they consider them really wrong or bad, and it can bring up feelings of shame and guilt and grief about things that maybe we do that make us feel bad inside. And that can come a lot of times from beliefs that we've had instilled within us through our childhood. Maybe our parents put in with us certain ways of believing this is right, this is wrong. Maybe it's our peers, what our peers say is right or wrong. And if we do the things that we believe that are wrong, or we believe others believe that are wrong, it can bring up a lot of shame and guilt. So, you know, if you're doing things that you even consider wrong, and you have a lot of shame and guilt, practice letting go of that. Even though you're doing things that upsetting to you, try to not dwell on the guilt and the shame, and try to just accept yourself as you are. Now, within all of us, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all do things that are wrong, and we all have the potential to do wrong things, okay? So don't beat up on yourself too badly for the things that you're doing that are wrong. Kind of accept yourself as you are and love yourself as you are. You know, you are loved, and look within yourself for that love. Don't focus and concentrate on all the negative and bad things you do. Focus on some of the good things that you do. Focus on when you're nice to people. Focus on when you give somebody a smile or open a door. Or focus on just little things that you do that are good. Okay? And try not to focus so much on all the things that you do that you feel that are not good. Okay? And because you still have a right, just like anyone else, to be here, and like anyone else to have a good life. You have the same right, even though you're doing things that you consider to be wrong or other people do. Okay? You have time to change those as time goes on, and in time that can be changed. But first you have to start off with just loving yourself and being okay with being inside of yourself. Being okay with being who you are. You know, the person that you are. You know, there may be characteristics about ourselves that we don't like. They may be physical, they may be mental, they may be spiritual, but no matter what it is, at some point you got to come to accept yourself the way that you are, not the way that you want to be or the way that other people want you to be, just the way you are. Accept yourself just the way you are. That's when things start changing and getting better for you. Now, accepting yourself as you are, okay, is the first step to loving yourself. Accepting yourself physically as you are, accepting yourself spiritually, mentally, the way that you think, the good things about yourself, the things that you think are bad about yourself, whatever you think about yourself, embrace the negative things about yourself. Accept the things that are about yourself that you consider to be bad or negative or not in your best interest. Accept that about yourself, because that's part of loving yourself too, is accepting you just the way you are. That good, bad, and ugly. Everything. And beautiful as well. Now, there's a lot of beauty within love and within yourself. You have a lot of beauty within you. that you don't know about possibly. That this beauty and this love is the very first steps of you coming to believe in yourself, or believe in your abilities to have a wonderful life. And this belief and this love coupled together is what brings about the power to bring wonderful things into your life. Now, you have to have this within you, and this can grow within you into a large uh, way. So, but it starts out with first accepting yourself. That's the first steps to loving yourself just the way you are. Even though there are things you like, there are things you don't like. That's the truth about everybody. Everybody has things about them they like and they don't like. Everybody does good and bad things. You're no different than anybody else, no matter how bad of things you feel that you do. It doesn't matter. You're a human being and you're special. You deserve to be here. And you know, just think about loving yourself. Just think about who you are. Try to be aware of what kinds of things you like, you don't like, things you do that are good, things you do that you feel that are not right. Try not to hate yourself or feel guilty or ashamed of the things that you do, and start focusing on loving yourself. We have to wrap it up right now. And I enjoyed being with you today. I hope you got something out of it. I hope this helped you in some kind of way. And if nobody's told you today that they love you, let me tell you that I do love you, and it does matter to me what happens to you. Okay, so you love yourself and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Silver Fox out.